Aquest documental està dedicat al nostre company i amic Igor, segrestat a les presons de l'estat espanyol durant més de 3 anys.
¡Saludos solidarios! ¡Yalla, yalla! ¡Ramala! ¡Vamos a Ramala! ¡Yalla, yalla, Ramala! ¡Yalla, yalla, Ramala!
Vam estar allà entre el 4 i el 23 d'agost de 2006. En aquell moment hi havia més de 9.000 presos palestins en presons israelianes. Avui són 5.716. Menys, però la seva situació no ha canviat. Extracte del comunicat d'Adamir i altres organitzacions de defensa dels drets humans amb motiu del Dia dels Presos Palestins 2011 i que es celebra cada 17 d'abril. Cada any, el Dia dels Presos Palestins ens ofereix una oportunitat per reflexionar sobre l'empresonament continu i els maltractaments als presos palestins que han estat detinguts a vegades sense càrrecs ni judici per la seva resistència a l'ocupació israeliana i les seves polítiques i pràctiques il·legals. Encara que el nombre total de presos polítics a les presons israelianes ha disminuït, aquesta millora global no hauria de ser entesa com un indicador de millores en la política israeliana. Particularment preocupant és el fet que, tot i que la pràctica de la detenció administrativa per part d'Israel està àmpliament reconeguda com una violació dels drets humans internacionals i d'haver estat condemnada en repetides ocasions per la comunitat internacional, 218 palestins estan empresonats per sota aquesta forma de detenció sense càrrecs ni judici. A més, aquest any, el Dia dels Presos Palestins arriba enmig d'una onada d'arrestos massius i arbitraris per les forces d'ocupació israelianes al poble de Warta, després de l'assassinat de 5 membres d'una família en el proper assentament d'Itamar. Fins ara, més de 500 homes, dones i nens han estat congregats, duts a interrogatoris i forçats a signar declaracions en hebreu, una llengua que no entenen. 50 vilatans encara romanen detinguts sense càrrecs, inclosos 2 nens. Aquests arrestos mostren l'alarmant voluntat israeliana de recórrer mesures desproporcionades posant en el punt de mira tota una comunitat, repetint les pràctiques de detenció de la primera i segona intifada. Israel també persisteix en els seus intents de soscavar el moviment de resistència civil palestina i dissuadir l'activisme contra el mur i els assentaments fixant el seu objectiu en els líders del moviment, així com en els nens dels pobles immersos en aquesta classe de lluita popular. Finalment, Israel prossegueix sancionant la tortura dels presoners palestins en permetre interrogatoris no gravats i impunitat per als interrogadors implicats en tortures. A més, tot i l'existència d'un mecanisme de denúncia de les víctimes de la tortura, les autoritats israelianes han rebutjat sistemàticament obrir una causa criminal en aquests casos. Malgrat el lleuger decreixement del nombre de presoners polítics en mans d'Israel, no hauria de minvar l'atenció prestada per la seva causa. En lloc d'això, hauria de començar a mostrar de nou la il·legitimitat de la política de detenció israeliana, la gravetat de les múltiples violacions de què són objectes els presos i detinguts i l'extensió de la impunitat israeliana en aquesta qüestió per promoure accions noves i més efectives.
I don't know that they arrest 10,000 prisoners, that there is 10,000 prisoners in prison. 70%, 70% from Palestinian, they were in prison. if you walk in the street and you ask the people, you visit the prison? Yes. It's unhuman.
Pertenezco a Hamas y me acusan de ser cómplice de algunos hombres muy buscados.
Soy Raja al-Karaki, de Hebrón. Tengo 28 años y pertenezco a Hamas. Estoy condenado a cadena perpetua y ya llevo 5 años en la cárcel.
Fuad Mahmoud Ali Nasser, del pueblo de Irkadis, cerca de Ramallah, condenado a 36 años. Me acusan de haber llevado a un terrorista suicida o de haberle preparado para realizar una operación en Jerusalén.
Soy Faik Mabhou, de Gaza, del campo de refugiados de Jebalilla. Estoy condenado a 15 años. Ya llevo 14 años en la cárcel y el próximo, si Dios lo quiere, así me iré a casa.
For me, it was the first experience. There is a demonstration because we live close to one of the schools, and this school every year they're making like a few demonstrations, and every time the soldier used to come and to attack the demonstration and you know, to shoot in case to stop them making this kind of political demonstration. So I was there and enjoying them throwing stones, you know. We are children, feeding the revolution as a milk, you know, from these guys. Soldier catch us and took us, but it...
And for most of children, and the charge is throwing stones. In most cases. But it depends on the person himself, and a lot of prisoners return back to prison. And others stopped. So, but in general, many of them return back.
C'est militaire, c'est très grave, c'est très difficile. Peut-être je peux te raconter comment ça se passe quand les militaires viennent chez toi ou viennent chez moi à la maison à 1h, 2h du matin avec beaucoup de bruit, ils commencent à frapper les portes, casser les fenêtres ou ouvrir la porte. Ils veulent mettre l'horreur dans nos corps, donc c'est ça leur idée.
À la maison de toute la famille.
Toute la famille, oui, j'étais moi
avec tes frères,
avec mes frères,
tes parents.
ma famille, tout à fait. Donc ils commencent à crier, ouvrir la porte. On n'a pas de choix, donc on ouvre la porte. Et puis le chef israélien demande c'est où Ayman, c'est où Georges, c'est où Raed, c'est Tony, c'est où n'importe qui de ma famille. Parce que c'est pas que moi qui était arrêté, toute ma famille, tous mes frères étaient arrêtés. Donc,
quelquefois, tous les frères.
On était une fois 4 frères en prison.
فهي أصعب أيام حياتي اللي صعب إنك تنتسى من الذاكرة، عذاب نفسي بشكل مستمر.
continuously.
مغلقات عينيك بمسكر على عينيك، يعني ايديك مربوطة في جنازير في حياتكم طول الوقت طول الفترة. أول أسبوعين هم أصعب أيام التحقيق. ما يحاولوش يطعموك منيح.
As a man, you know, because they don't recognize, and this is one of the Israelis' problem. They don't recognize between the age he's a young or he's an old. Been in interrogation, and it was for me a real interrogation, and it was very, to use like things to hit. This is for us the easy one. But
يعتمدوا على الأساليب النفسية أكثر من الجسدية. بيمنعوا عليك في طول الفترة هاي إنك تزور أي إنسان أو تشوف أي معتقل آخر.
Un file, un expediente. Es visto primero por el médico general, después por el psiquiatra, después es visto por la asistente social y por el psicólogo. Y ponemos un plan de tratamiento para cada paciente.
Non, pas de corps, pas du tout. Eh bien, tu es déjà arrêté pour 6 mois, pour 1 an, pour 3 mois, pour 2 ans. Tu vois, c'est ça la prison administrative.
Once they get the breast, but we pass this period because I have one of my brothers called Adnan. Because of some activities and because the intelligence get crazy from our family, once they decide to demolish the house.
$149 or $147 women prisoners are in the prisoners, Israeli prisoners. 147 ولا 149 yeah, about 147 prisoners, women prisoners, who are, some of them are mothers and they have their born in the prisoner and they wear clothes with their hands and legs while they were having their bonds.
تم الإفراج عن أكثر من نصف اللي كانوا معتقلين الفلسطينيين في كافة السجون.
There is as well, during the negotiation between the Palestinians and the Israelis, they were talking all the time about the prisoners, okay? But it wasn't an issue which is very important for the Israelis. They kept this issue isolated from the other issues, okay?
Me dirijo y saludo también a todos aquellos miembros del Consejo que se encuentran entre rejas en cárceles israelíes. Junto a miles de héroes, lo mejor de nuestra nación. Os prometo que no escatimaremos esfuerzos hasta que logremos que sean libres. Quiero que cada miembro del Consejo ocupe el lugar que aquí le corresponde y que cada preso ocupe la posición que merece en la sociedad palestina.
Los israelíes son expertos en cómo ejercer tortura. Ahora la tortura se inclina más hacia la tortura psicológica. Antes del 99 hemos hecho ahora un estudio muy grande respecto a los métodos de tortura antes del 99 y después del 99. ¿Por qué después del 99? Porque en el 99 ha habido una ley israelí para poder controlar la tortura.
So we'll try to talk about the imprisonment experience for Palestinians prisoners through dividing this experience into stages. The first stage is the arrest stage. During this stage, Palestinian children are arrested either from their homes or from checkpoints or while they are participating in demonstrations. In general, most of the Palestinian children are arrested from their homes. Usually the Israeli troops invade the area where the child...
Se ejerce un hombre fuerte, agarra a la víctima del hombro, lo agita, la cabeza va hacia adelante y hacia atrás. Y no puede, la víctima no puede controlarse.
On ne sait pas pourquoi on est arrêté. Ils disent seulement sur le papier, tu es dangereux pour la sécurité de l'État d'Israël. Seulement ça, sur le papier, un hébreu, même si c'est pas un arabe. Moi, je lis pas l'hébreu.
Ok.
Déjà, mais je vois 600 chiffres anglais, donc je comprends si c'est pour 6 mois, pour 1 an, etc.
The problem is when the Israeli arrest the father of 5, 6, 7, 10 children, and the father who is the only income for the family. The situation of the families are so bad. The Palestinian Authority gives them a monthly income which is $200 for the family, and that is nothing for a family which is consists at least 6 or 7 or 10 with the wife. Here in Bethlehem, if you just look at the family of the prisoners, they are at least 900, 950 families in Bethlehem, just in Bethlehem. Most of them, I can say that they are in very need for a help or for a financial help. Yani, every day needs the prisoner needs a lawyer. His family needs money. It's a complicated process. There is a family coming here to ask about financial help. But how we can help? We are helping, and we are representing at least 6,000 Palestinian prisoners in their jails, and we are paying the lawyer income, the lawyer every month. It's $62,000, which is a huge amount of money.
We have relations with Israeli human rights organizations depending on the situation.
Thinking about how to raise money from different countries, from France, from United Kingdom, from the European countries, in order to support the prisoners. This issue is very important, and we can't forget, and we can't leave the prisoner alone. He needs
a committee that gathers organizations working on the issue of prisoners, Palestinian organizations, and gathers political parties and also the Ministry of Prisoners issues. So there is a national coordinating body that gathers all of them, including Abdamir, DCI, Prisoner Society. So there's this body there, and political parties are present there anyway.
El Servicio de Seguridad israelí hace tan buen trabajo que toda la élite militar, política y social se encuentra aquí. El Servicio de Prisiones alberga actualmente a 10.000 presos. Es una cifra bastante elevada. Este es el principal problema que afecta a toda la sociedad palestina. Sus presos, si lo admito. Le afecta a cualquier familia, ya sea porque tienen a algún miembro en la cárcel o ya lo han tenido, o lo tendrán en el futuro.
When I was 13. And you cannot say that I went to the prison serious, because we get arrested like 3 hours, Me and other child from the neighborhood.
13.
Yes.
13. Pero 3 meses, ¿no?
13, not 30.
Porque van a detener 3 meses.
No,
3 horas.
3 horas. So, when I become 15, in our school, we create like a small union for the student. This union, we cover it in social things, like to help the student and to buy them something missing, and to clean the school. If there is a glass broken, to change it, because we collect 1 shekel like from each one. But under cover, we are making our activities that to tell people they should make demonstration and blah, 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 blah. It's a long story. So because of this, they arrest me and other 8 people from the school. And we went to the court, and they court us like 3.5 months. And it was the first time for me in jail.
No, for children who are below the age of 16, they are together with other prisoners. For children who are above 16, they are with others. Below 16, they are just in one prison, which is Tillman prison. And this is not for Israel. This is according to the international.
When you go there, for sure, not any jail, just a special jail. When they will court you like more than 1 year, they will take you to this special jails like Nablus, Tulkarem, Hebron, central jails. Time to visit. But each time, if Nablus not curfew, Al-Khalil curfew. If Al-Khalil open, Jenin closed. And there is no way most of the time to go to visit.
We have youth prisoners, and they have very bad situation. The worst situation of prisoners is for the women. It's very difficult to have visitings for them, to visit them.
And it was like kind of revenge, like to go somewhere far to make your parents suffering and to not let them see you very often. Yeah,
they refused to exchange the prisoners. We have 7 prisoners spent more than 25 years inside Israeli jails. And I can give the exact number of the prisoners. Okay, prisoners who have spent more than 10 years and less than 15 years are 252 prisoners. Total of prisoners who have spent more than 10 years, 421.
Yes, I have one photo in wedding. So he gave me the photo, so I remember him. Then I took the photo, I went to studio to make his photo alone. And he made it alone because it was with many people. So he made it alone, then I lost the photo. I lost the picture. So another time I don't know. All of the pictures, all of the walls, it was like this. Small, bigger here, and they also take many photos for him, so you can see all of the walls full of pictures of Majd, because I want to remember his face. Till I visit him the first time after 2 years, 3 months. The first time they allowed for me to visit him after 2 years face. Till after 6 months, his sister went and visited him, and they take a picture for him. If you came to our old house, you saw many pictures in all of the houses. Like years, 3 months. Not from the Red Cross. I found to Hamouken. It's a committee in Jerusalem. They are Jewish and Palestinian, and they went to the High Court till they let me visit him the first time. And what can I tell you? It's many stories. Many. If I want to speak, it takes a long time.
All night.
And they are professional. They have team. They just have the job to make this person convince. Yeah. So it is really hard. Way to stand on your fingers for like hours. So you will wish that somebody will come and hit you just to get out of this condition, at least for 10 minutes or something like this. Know how to treat with the people. One of the guys, he was sick, And he was shouting all of the time, I need tablets, my head, I don't know what. So they took him out of the cell and they hit him bad. And one of the soldiers, they stepped in his head, and the guy died after like half an hour. He started bleeding from his head and he died after half an hour. So the Red Cross and lots of associations, international associations and Palestinian associations, they make it a big story and they write about it in all of the newspaper, in the news. So the Israelis decide to focus on this jail and to see what's going on.
Yo creo que la comunidad internacional participa activamente, participa en la desgracia del Oriente Medio, participa en la desgracia de los palestinos y de los libaneses. Toda la comunidad internacional.
We want peace, we struggle for peace, the peace which gives us our these rights. And we will continue to struggle in different ways in our occupied territories to have our freedom and to have our rights for independent state for Palestine with the capital of Jerusalem and the return back of our Palestinian refugees.
Thank you. Thank you.
We have to continue our struggle. We have to continue struggling and catching our right to struggle against the military persons on the West Bank and Gaza Strip. This is our right to struggle, to continue our struggle, both struggles, political and diplomatical struggle, and also military struggle in West Bank and Gaza Strip till we have our rights. We think, the fourth point, what happens in Lebanon now is not far away from the aims of Israel.
But I don't know how the Israelis thinking. It was for me like to send somebody, he's not educated well, to the University of Revolution. So I went there, I'm a little kid, you know, I was the smaller one in jail. And I saw lots of people around. They have been many times in jail. Some of them communists, some of them BFLB, Fatah. They have good experience. And I start.
عندما نقلت للداخل لسجون الداخل بدأت أدرس في جامعة تل أبيب المفتوحة باللغة العبرية طبعا.
Que en esta intifada los que han perdido a sus casi más que 4.000 personas que fueron matadas por los israelíes. Bueno, y la tortura no solamente se ejerce en las cárceles israelíes, la tortura a todos los niveles. Ya habéis visto, son barrigadas militares, checkpoints, todo esto, se ejerce la tortura a todos los niveles. El nivel de trauma en este país es muy elevado. Los que padecen de traumas reales, más que el 30%, casi la tercera parte de la population palestinienne.
C'est pas faire quelque chose pour moi, tout à fait, c'est la solidarité. Et puis, comme je ne sais pas si tu connais, dans la prison, il y a des partis politiques. Hein. Chaque personne choisit son groupe politique. Quand on rentre à la prison, on est chez les Palestiniens, on choisit quel groupe politique on est pour, d'accord? Donc moi je choisis par exemple pour le FPLP, des autres pour le Fatah, etc. Et puis chaque groupe a son programme politique, éducation, des activités, solidarité et tout ça, d'accord? Ça comme ça marche comme ça dans la prison.
Stories and fighting, because at the beginning when we arrived at the jail, we used to sit faces to the wall, our hands like this, and we will start to say 1, you will say 2, 3, 4. So we make like hunger strike few times until we get out of this problem, and we said to them, if you want, you can come and say 1, 2, 3, 4, but we will never say, we are not numbers, we will never say 1, 2, 3, you can account. After gas and lots of struggle, it's become they can come and up at the morning. Sometimes we wake up alone, but most of the times we wake up like they come in with the sticks. Wake up, adad, adad. Adad, it's mean accounting. So accounting, we have lots of account everybody. So we wake up, we have this account, and then we will have breakfast. The breakfast and the food, we have our kitchen, which there are prisoners there, the soldiers that just bring them the materials to the kitchen, they cook and they do everything, and there is people who choosing from the guys, not from the Israelis. They go out and cook and bring the food every day to the prisoners. So after breakfast,
have about 10,000 prisoners. If they're not committed, organizing committees there, this will be a big problem. They have so many problems inside. So we have continuous relationship with them. Some of the relations and activities are unified with all the parties during the association who are specialized. And we have our special, because we have our special program in the prison also. How to organize themselves, what to read, how to have contact relationships with the party, how to share in our elections, how to share in decisions, so as not to be far out of what happens in the party outside. In our conferences, when we make our conferences, prisoners in the prisons. But in our party, we have special committee to follow up the issues and the details of the parties, their families, their needs. They ask for books, special books. We are involved to ask them to continue their studying, to continue reading, to organize themselves inside the prison. We have special committees for the prisoners. We used to have a direct relationship with Ra'id and his associate for the issues of our prisoners as Palestinian prisoners. And also we have for the coordinating committee of political parties, which I talked to you about, we have special committee for prisoners, which represents every party in this committee to organize the activities, popular activities supporting prisoners in the prisons. Here, the decisions about different issues they shared in the prisoners, and we have contact relationship and contact messages and letters with them. This is what you want to...
Yes. Not for much. It's very hard. And I can't arrest the man who arrested my son.
So they kept 555 Palestinian and Arab prisoners inside Israeli jails in 19 after the Oslo agreement, I mean. So why they kept those prisoners? Because they need them as you know, as a people, as a card of something, you know. It means many things, and that's why the group resistance in Palestine and in Lebanon start thinking of kidnapping Israeli soldiers in order to release the prisoners. That was, I think, the only reason of why they...
And if we arrest one, all of the world ask to release the Israeli prisoner. All of the world.
The soldier in Gaza.
The soldier in Gaza. And about the two prisoners in Lebanon, they make war. They make war, and America and all of the world, they're asking to release the two Israelis. But 10,000 prisoners, they didn't care about them.
we have a coordination with different organizations, especially Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch. But unfortunately, none of them did something in order to show that those prisoners are prisoners of war, not the prisoners of terrorist attacks, as what the Israelis said. So, but what happened after the kidnapping of the Israeli soldiers? All of the organization of human rights through the world keep asking us about our prisoners. They wake up now when they felt that there is Israeli prisoners now in Palestine and in Lebanon, and they start thinking that there is Palestinian prisoners and Arab prisoners who are making a huge problem. So, but before then,
the supporting of the world for freedom, our friends in the world, the supporting, of course, which we need of the Arab countries to continue our struggles for this right. And then state, our right to have freedom for East Jerusalem to be the capital of Palestine, to put an end and finish and damage all the settlements in our countries, in our occupation, in our in West Bank and Gaza Strip. Also the right of refugees, Palestinian refugees, to come back to their homeland, to come back to their to their own rights. This is the message of our struggle. We want.
Les Israéliens, il y a une différence. Ils sont des voleurs. Et les voleurs toujours ont peur. Ils ont volé notre terrain, notre terre. C'est pour ça qu'ils ont peur de nous. C'est ça la psychologie des Israéliens. Tous les Israéliens savent que nous avons le droit. Ça c'est notre terre, ça c'est chez nous. Et c'est pour ça quand ils viennent chez nous, ils ont peur. Parce que c'est pas chez eux. Parce qu'ils savent qu'ils ont volé notre terre. Ok, c'est ça la différence. La seule différence.
In this area, no stability will be in the world. And I think they knew that the main problem in the world, which affects in Afghanistan, in Iraq, in Lebanon, in Syria, in Iran, is the Palestinian problem. This has been very clear in all over the world. Without solution, right solution for this problem, war will go ahead under the umbrella of Bush, and the people will fight against this strategy. All the people in the world, and you will fight with us.